Any knowledge of you being a state candidate?
A state candidate for this job? No. I'm not sure what a state candidate is, but I made this decision to run. You know, Mr. Chairman, when somebody talks about a state candidate, they are actually insulting this panel. You're the people who are going to decide who among the people that you have interviewed you are going to recommend to the appointing authority. So the idea of a state candidate is foreign to me.
Why does Ayako now feel that when it becomes chair of IEBC, that resistance will disappear and he and his team will lower the trust deficit? What will happen that hasn't been there in this resistance to change?
It's not that I expect that you'll walk into IEBC and everybody will clap for you and say, this is what we want to do. But what I'm saying, Prof, if the focus is on reducing, if not completely obliterating that trust deficit, and you start from day one, then you're not even looking at just you as individuals. You're looking, how can technology help us to do this? How can we improve the policies?
Again, I believe that for IEBC, most of the time, for Kenyans, it is which side of the political divide are you in? And there are those who have time and again become pessimistic that prefix independent should be removed from IEBC because it's never independent. The law that is guiding us in this election panel is very clear on who is qualified or not qualified to run. And I just want to use the analogy that you gave us of the World Cup. And now I won't mention teams because Kenyans are very passionate about the Premier League. But there are usually some referees that you'll just see trending that they are favoring one side. And my question is that if you were to succeed as chair, what's your understanding of independence and impartiality, given that you and other chairs before have been politically affiliated? It's not a secret. As you walk in and wear in a football match the black or whatever color, and you have that firimbi, and you have the yellow card and the red card, what changes when you walk in there as now the referee of the game? Associate with that, because I won't want to ask another question separately, that we know that sometime, I can't remember which year, but 4 commissioners out of the blue resigned and really put the country in a quagmire over quorum issues and so on. And you, in your own statement, which the chair has followed, has told us that you did quit the ESCJ. In fact, you went ahead to say you were earning $2,000 for a job you felt you are not doing. I don't want to ask that, have you been replaced and is that new person earning money for no reason? I don't want to go there. I want to stick to your quitting. Given that those 4 commissioners quit and put the country in the tenterhooks of what finally happened, Kenyans watching will be asking, Charles Nyachae did quit once. Will he quit again? Especially in this high-pressure job. What assurance do you give them that that will not happen?
Thank
Please
you.
take a maximum of 4 minutes.
Okay. The answer is no. I will not quit because I do not anticipate a situation at IEBC that the job for which I have been recruited, if I become chair, that I simply don't have anything to do, and therefore there's no point in me going to the office. I don't anticipate that. I have endeavored to explain what happened in the ESCJ. At IBC, the one thing that will not make me quit is any kind of pressure. Because this is something I have given thought to. I mean, I am not applying for this job thinking it's going to be a bed of roses. So pressure will not be the reason that I will quit. And because I do not see a scenario where I have no work to do, I will not quit. Because that work could be actually, if it's a question, for example, of trying to get resources to do A, B, C, D, that in itself is significant work to do. So the question of quitting, if I got the position, doesn't arise. Now, you made reference to political affiliations. I think your average Kenyan, at some point, probably has some kind of political affiliation. My mind is very clear that notwithstanding any political affiliation I may have had at any point in my public life, if I got this opportunity and I accepted this job, I will only be guided by the Constitution of Kenya, the laws, and of course, if I get the opportunity, I will be taking an office, an oath of office. So I am able to look the people of Kenya in the eye collectively and tell them that in that situation, I would have every intention of living by that oath of office. Daktari, and allow me to say this just as an example. The way the IBC Act is designed, several of the honorable members around the table come here by virtue of political parties. But as I sit here as a candidate, I don't have the slightest doubt that every member in this panel is going to do their job impartially and focus on what they believe is the best result. I have no qualms whatsoever. I cannot say that so-and-so maybe at some point was a member of this party, that and the other. And I think we have the capacity to rise above that at different times. And I can look the people of Kenya in the eye and say, yes, I would be able to do the job impartially.